YouTube, it's Coach Tape, and hey, I had another birthday. I got cubes. Got a box of stuff here from the Cubicle. Got a puzzle here from Rubiks that I got at Barnes & Noble for my birthday. Had a great birthday celebrating with my family, and I wanted to show off what I got. So I can't even remember what all is in here, to be honest with you. But there's a bunch of cool stuff in here. Let's check it out. All right, first up of the birthday cubes, we've got a Rubiks Pyramid. This is actually a Pyramorphix, but of course it's Rubik, so they got to call it something unique. I do not have this one. I do have a Pyramorphix, I think, but I believe the only one I've got is rounded face. So I thought I would give the Rubiks brand one a try. Looks really nice. Nice shades, of course. Always solid construction. And it is tiles rather than stickers. So how does it turn? Well, decently. You know, you're probably not going to set any Pyramorphix world records on it. But, you know what? That's not bad. Yeah. I mean, if you're looking for a flat-faced Pyramorphix, I know there's not that many options. Doesn't seem to like lock up or anything. Yeah, that's actually halfway decent. I'm not gonna sit here and do a solve because guess what? I don't know how to solve Pyramorphix because I'm an idiot. Everybody says solve it like a 2x2. Yeah, and I go to solve it and yeah, not so much. I definitely need to learn how to solve it and solve it consistently. But yep, I struggle for whatever reason. But you know what? That's not bad. I think these are $14.99 or $15.99 or something like that. So maybe, you know, a little overpriced because it is Rubiks or whatever. So maybe if, you know, get the Qiyi one if you want a, if you don't mind one that's a little rounded. But if you're looking for a flat-faced Pyramorphix, yeah, that's pretty nice. I like that. All right, next we've got this was a freebie throw-in, and this is the Qiyi 3x3 tiled gear puzzle. I do have a gear 3x3, but the one I have is the giant one that they sell at Walmart. And that thing is awesome. I did a video on it a long time ago. That thing is amazing. Turns great, feels great, really impressive looking. This one, all right. Well, the tiles are actually kind of flat shaded rather than glossy like I would have expected. The yellow almost comes off as with a touch, almost a green shading to it. But how does it turn? Well, it turns great, of course. Exactly as I would have expected from a Qiyi puzzle. That turns absolutely fantastic. Now, for those that aren't familiar with gear puzzle, these you can only do you solve it when you solve it, you do full rotations, and you have to do something like 6 full rotations in order to get the edges to go back to flat the way they're supposed to be. So if you do a 90 degree, they actually stick out. It takes a 180 degree to get the edges, 180 degree turn, like a R2, to get the edges back into their actual places, let alone rotated correctly. There we go. That's pretty cool, especially for a freebie. That's pretty nice. Like that one. All right, next up we have the Qiyi IDIB, something like that, dot puzzle, something cube, something like that. I think it's the IDIB Dot. It's a corner turning puzzle, similar to the Ivy. It has a nice clicking mechanism to it, smooth turning, and this one is actually stickered. And it has the standard super awesome Qiyi shades with a really cool fluorescent orange. And the turning on it, of course, is fantastic. This is a generally pretty easy puzzle, although of course I won't solve it here on camera because I'll mess it all up. But basically, it's just a series of three-piece swaps in order to solve it. You just rotate, you're just going to rotate, you know, like a bunch of commutator type things in order to solve it. But that turns pretty nice. I like that one a lot. That's a cool puzzle. Fun solve, not going to be too difficult. Looks great. And for free, that's, you know, you can't argue. All right, what do we got next? Next up we have the new Diansheng 5x5. So I saw that they had released a line of puzzles. Kind of surprised everybody that they released some actual WCA puzzles as opposed to their usual. That's interesting that the accessories box looks exactly like the accessories box from other companies. What do we get in here? I think we just get, yeah, you get a screwdriver and an instruction manual, so nothing too exciting in there. And what do we get? Well, we get a matte finish 5x5. I believe that's actually not competition legal. I believe that logo has to be on the actual center. So if you pick one of these up, make sure that you get rid of the logo or double check the regulations. Wow, those are some weak magnets. Wow. Kind of a light, hollow, kind of a cheap feel. I mean, that is remarkably light. That's got to be the lightest 5x5 magnets I've felt in quite a long time. Has a sandy feel to it. You know, it kind of feels like the non-magnetic Yushin Kirin puzzles, like the Kirin 4x4. It feels like that, although of course magnetic. Turns okay. Definitely not fast or anything like that, but it's smooth enough. Feels decent in the hands, but you know, nothing spectacular. Yeah, you know, I think if I was going to recommend a budget 5x5, you're looking at either the Qiyi MS or the YJ Yuxuang V2M. Not this. This is okay. This would have been really nice 2 years ago, but lots of stuff better has been released. Yeah, don't waste your time. Next up, we've got oh, that's right. I forgot. So I reached out to Gan. As you may remember, one of my last videos, I got a bunch of puzzles in trades, and so I reached out to the Cubicle and I said, "Hey, do you guys sell boxes and accessories?" And they do. And they got back. I said, "Hey, I have a whole bunch of boxes that I need. Like, for example, a GAN 356X. Can you send me the box for it?" And sure enough, that's what they've done. They sent me the cube box, the accessories, all of that stuff. You know, it was dirt cheap. Just ask them, they can hook you up. So I've got that one. I got the GTS 3M for a puzzle that I got in another trade that I didn't do a video on. It's actually my main now. I got that, and I got another one in here somewhere as well. Maybe just some accessories. Oh no, there's the MGC 7x7 box. I got one of those too. So very cool of them that they are able to do that for me. Very much appreciated. Next up, we got an ancient puzzle here. This is the MF8 2x3x4. Very old puzzle that I've had on my wish list for quite a long time and decided to finally pick it up. And it is full function, or so they say. Apparently the There's two versions, or two revisions of this one, with one where you actually had to stick a piece into it or something to make it actually work. Kind of tells you how things used to be back in the ancient days of cubing, where you're having to put stuff together yourself and things like that. I don't really understand that, but whatever. Anyway, I've been looking to get more cuboids. I have a 3x4x5 by MF8 that is, or is it? Yeah, 3x4x5, and it's awesome. So how does this one perform? Well, that turns absolutely fantastic. That is amazing. That turns, for a puzzle that is like 7 years old or something like that, maybe even older, that turns awesome. So you can only do, because the sides are all different lengths, 2x3x4, you can only do 180-degree turns. Can't do 90-degree turns, and not going to be any shape shifting as a result. At least not that I'm aware of, unless I'm doing something wrong, and of course I could very well be doing that. But that's really nice. It feels very stable. Doesn't feel like it's going to fall apart. Doesn't feel like it's going to pop. I mean, that's really nice. If I had a complaint, I would just say I wish that the color scheme was a little bit different. That white and yellow were on the top and bottom, and maybe a different shade of yellow. But now we're nitpicking an ancient cube. This is more like Sheng Shao shades from the old days. Not going to complain. This is really nice. Very, very happy with that puzzle for sure. Next up, we have a Cubestyle 4x4 Fisher cube. The last two puzzles in the box are going to be Fisher cubes, so-called for Tony Fisher. And what they are is they are just a shape mod of the standard puzzle, but they are rotated 45 degrees. So now the slices go this way as opposed to this way. And so it solves exactly like a regular 4x4, except with extra center orientation, because you're going to have centers over here, and they can rotate because they have two colors on them. They actually now have orientation that you have to worry about. So how does that one perform? Well, that's really nice. That is very, very smooth. Feels very stable. Yeah, that's nice. There aren't too many Fisher 4x4s on the market. I know Moyu made one based off the Aosu, and that the original Aosu. And that one's kind of expensive now. It came in a bunch of colors too. This one is $9.99, and it works great. And because it is just a regular 4x4, you can get it to look really nasty in a hurry with shape shifting. Of course, it can be a bit of a problem to put it back, to be able to turn it once you've done some shape shifting, figuring out exactly how it lines up. But man, doesn't that look cool. That is a really nice puzzle. I like that one a lot, especially for $9.99. If you're looking for a cuboid, a Fisher cuboid or a Fisher cube, yeah, it's a little harder than the standard 3x3. Go for that one. There's also the windmill version, which I think is a 60-degree rotation rather than 45. Similar type thing. I've had one of those. It works great. This one's super nice. Very happy to have that one in the collection. And last but not least, what do we got? We have a large box here, and in here we have the brand new 5x5 Fisher Cuboid. So this is like a hand mod that's been mass produced with I think 3D printed extensions. Let's see if we can get that out of the bag. And this super expensive, high quality packaging. A little bit of sarcasm there for you. So what do we got? We have a 5x5, and this is much larger than a standard 5x5. We just happen to have one of those. As you can see, that is significantly larger than a regular 5x5 in order to extend out the cuts. And it is tiled. You can maybe see that. And they're pretty thick too. Like those are easily a millimeter or two thick. Very, very cool. I would have liked the yellow to be not brownish orange. Yes, that is yellow. There's orange right there. That's yellow. Not crazy about that. And one of them is slightly discolored, but not too bad. So how does it turn? Wow, that actually turns really well. Holy cow. Yeah, that turns really well. And it pops. What the heck? How did that even come out? Is there nothing? Like there's nothing holding it in place. It literally just pops out. I have no idea how that's even supposed to stay in there. That's like it's a center cap off of standard 5x5, and it doesn't really fit back in. I mean, it kind of stays, but you know, that's a little concerning that it comes out quite that easily. Well, I would have thought that they would have glued the center caps, but then I guess you can't adjust the tensions if you do that. But other than that, that turns really great. So I talked to Phil Yu about this one before I bought it because I was a little concerned. I knew it was 3D printed. I don't really have a whole lot of love for 3D printed puzzles because I don't really like how they turn, and they seem to be awfully fragile. So I asked Phil, I said, hey Phil, shoot straight with me, man. Is it good? Is it a good puzzle? And he said, hey, let me get back to you. I'm going to go out in the warehouse and I'll check it out. And the next day he came back and he said, you know what, it turns pretty good. It doesn't feel fragile. You just got to be a little careful, but it turns good. I said, all right, man, I trust you. You know, you never steered me wrong before. I know it's your business, and I know you're not going to mess around and be dishonest with me, so let me go ahead and order one. And I'm very happy I did. Let's go ahead and do a checkerboard pattern with that. Let's see here if I can. That is really cool, and I'm sure I've missed a turn in here somewhere. But that is really cool. I'm sure it probably, I don't know if it shape shifts or not. I'm sure it probably does somehow. If you do something like that, sure enough. Oh yeah, that's a cool puzzle. I am very, very happy with that one. Happy birthday to me, no doubt. That is really, really cool. Yeah, that is. And that is annoying. So that's that same piece. I don't know if there's anything I'm going to be able to do to fix that. Maybe I can, might be able to stick a drop of glue on there and then be real careful and shove it back in there. That might make it stay. So I gotta be real careful with that one. But other than that, that's pretty doggone cool. So we got the Fisher cubes. Those are both really nice. Definitely recommended on those. The Diansheng 5x5, not so much. The 2x3x4, definitely recommended. probably a little more expensive than it needs to be. That's really more like a $10 puzzle. I think it's $17.99, something like that. You know, as a gift for myself, yeah, not bad. Well, I shouldn't say gift for myself. My wife gives me a gift certificate for the cubicle, or gives me an amount of money to spend at the cubicle. That's how it works out. I like that one. That's cool. The IDIB Dot Cube, or whatever the heck it's called. I'll put the right name on the screen if I've been naming it wrong. That's really nice. I like that one. And of course, the gear cube. If you're looking for a gear 3x3, there you go. This is the one to get. Really, really nice. So yeah. You know what? Let's see. What is that? 6 puzzles. And 5 of the 6 are really nice. Pretty happy about that. Pretty good haul for me, so very much appreciated. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate the support, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.